Hi, Friday, August 20th, 2016. Monaco64 here, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. This morning I'd like to talk about sound money. And what is sound money and how does it impact the economy and society, and how it doesn't at the moment because we don't have sound money. Well, sound money is money based on the free market. It's based on real values. It's based on a fairly constant measure of value. Of course, other goods and services do, the ratio between money and other goods and services does change due to supply and demand. And by the ratio, I mean the price of goods. Because that's basically what the price of something is. It's the ratio between a good or commodity and money. And historically, the free market has chosen gold and silver as money going back 5,000 years. Those are the most, they're the money with the best track record. I mean, you can go into look at the name of currencies or the name of money in different languages. In Spanish, plata, which is same, which means silver, is also used for money. In French, argent, which means money, means silver. Dollar in English or in the United States, that comes from the old dollar coin, Spanish silver dollar. There you go, silver. Pound sterling. Sterling comes from a measure or a purity of silver. So, as you can see, gold and silver as well, of course, has been synonymous with sound money. And the reason we have the term sound money is because governments have hijacked money with paper money, which used to be just a receipt for gold and silver. But they've taken the gold and silver out of the system and kept the receipts as money, which they are not. And they've been able to expand or inflate the system with the paper. And the reason why I think, sound money is so important is because it keeps the economy and society in a indirect exchange economy. It keeps the system fairly fair. There's always going to be people trying to trick other people, people lying or committing fraud. But when the government, is in charge and actually commits the fraud by instituting a monetary system that is completely fraudulent and not based on sound economic principles like sound money, then the system's doomed. And one of the other aspects of this is that it disrupts, transaction within countries. That's why economies, right now are in such, dismal states everywhere in the world. Be it in Greece, be it in Brazil, be it in Italy, be it in the US, be it in the UK, everywhere. And the other thing it does, it disrupts trade between countries around the world, mainly because some governments will inflate more than others to try to gain an advantage in the terms of trade, to try to export more than they import and to earn more reserves and to make more, money. So it affects global trade as well, and that's why, we have all the problems we have, all the discrepancies where, the emerging market, Asian countries are accumulating loads of reserves, and then you have the countries in the West who are losing all their jobs. It's all to do with a system of currencies, in this case the dollar, the fiat money dollar system, that is completely inept to maintain a fair global monetary system based on real value, on sound footing, like gold or silver would normally do. So I was reading this morning an article in the Telegraph here in the UK by a guy called Tim Wallace, and he says why Donald Trump is a bigger threat to the global economy than Brexit, and he argues that Donald Trump is a protectionist, and that we need to keep globalization. But he never mentions the fact that we have a global monetary system that is broken, and that's why things are screwed up. That's why there's so many imbalances. So, in my opinion, until the major countries in the world, which are the United States, China, Germany, Russia, the UK, Germany, Japan, France, Italy, Brazil, the major economic powerhouses in the world, until they sit together and are able to draw up a system, a global monetary system that is based on a sound monetary footing, based on sound money principles, whereby politicians do not have, through their central banks, do not have the power to create supposed money or value out of thin air, willy-nilly, whenever they want, for their political purpose. Until we do that, things are not going to improve. So that's what we need. We don't need, one country bullying all the other countries with, their monetary policy, like the Federal Reserve has done, and it's now infected all other countries, like the Bank of Japan, Bank of England. These central banks are crazy. They're just creating, money out of thin air, and you can see why the other countries who are not part of the club are fed up with it, and why they're devaluing their currency to try to keep, their exports up. So until we have a big conference to resolve these problems, and it shouldn't be run just by the United States, it should be run equally, by the major economic powers, because it needs to be fair. It needs to start from that premise. We can't, and it needs to, it's not going to be perfect, but hopefully it will improve things, and it should help each individual country. And globalization as it exists now is creating a lot of problems, and we do need to protect each individual country. And at the same time, trade is good. Trade is the only way towards prosperity, but it has to be based on a fair system. If we kept changing, measurements and weights every day on a, foreign weights market, let's say instead of foreign exchange, foreign weights and measures market, where bankers, change the length of a yard, or the weight of a stone, or the weight of a kilo every day. Can you imagine what havoc that would cause? I'm not saying that, gold and silver, the ratio between gold and silver, or the prices and other goods, do fluctuate, but it's been, historically, it's proven to be the most stable kind of money. So yeah, we're going to have fluctuations in prices related to gold and silver, but gold and silver will always be a measure of weight. 1 ounce of gold, 1 ounce of silver, 1 gram, or, So there you have it. Yes, global trade does help global prosperity, but not as we have it today, where we have an unfair monetary system. So we need sound money principles to get back to a fair global trade and a global economy, if you want to call it that. So if you enjoy my analysis, please like, share, and subscribe. You can also donate to my channel if you'd like. I've got a few links below to Patreon, PayPal, and Bitcoin. Take care. Bye.